Superman versus Gladiator must be a very interesting matchup to discuss. Gladiator is widely considered as one of Superman's greatest clones. It is Marvel's portrayal of the Man of Steel. Gladiator possesses all Superman's powers, including vast super strength, stamina, endurance, durability, speed, flight, heat vision, super hearing, and super breath. Gladiator's strength easily rivals that of Superman. He is powerful enough to destroy a dead planet with his bare hands. Notice how the narration describes Gladiator as a god. The lifeless rock has weathered the death of galaxies. All of that is ultimately meaningless against the rage of a god. There is no sound in the airless void of space, but if there was, it must sound something like, "Behold the corpse of a world, slain by the hands of an angry god." Thor fights Gladiator in the Mighty Thor Volume 2, number 34 and 35. In this confrontation, Gladiator knocks out Thor cold with one single punch and forces him to revert back to his alter ego, Jake Olsen. Gladiator presents another incredible show of strength in the Mighty Thor number 445, when he overpowers and defeats Wonder Man, who states that if he didn't roll with Gladiator's punch, his head would have been knocked clean off. After finishing Wonder Man, Gladiator takes on Eric Masterson Thor and overpowers him as well. At one point, Gladiator was hit by a magical blast from Mjolnir wielded by Eric Masterson, but it just bounced off his chest. Gladiator beats the crap out of Eric Masterson Thor. "I'm a true warrior, born in every sense of the word. I will never be defeated by a buffoon like you." Thor admits that Gladiator hurt his feelings and every bone in his body. Thor knew that there was no chance beating the mighty Gladiator by his own, so he summoned the services of the living lightning and managed to stun Gladiator with a cheap shot and finally finish him after beating him with his hammer. Thor found himself on the verge of defeat by Gladiator, so he summoned the living lightning for a cheap stunt, as stated by the living lightning himself in the scan. "Thor used me, exploited me for a cheap stunt. I thought Avengers treated each other with more respect." So it is fair to say that Thor has never defeated Gladiator by his own, and always needs sidekicks around to help him overpowering Marvel's Superman. In the Mighty Thor number 34 and 35, Gladiator knocked out Thor cold with one punch and was about to literally kill him, had not Thor Girl interfered and bought Thor some time to recover. And in the Mighty Thor number 445, Gladiator was beating the crap out of Eric Masterson Thor until he summoned the living lightning and used him in a cheap stunt, as stated by the lightning himself. Another incredible feat takes place in Quasar number 54, when Gladiator defeats the mighty Hyperion and breaks his back. There is no sound in space, yet Hyperion could swear that his ears perceive the sound of vertebra breaking moments before blackness overtakes him. In the incredible Gladiator vs. Supreme crossover, Gladiator fights another powerful clone of Superman called Supreme. The fierce battle between these two powerful gods lasts forever, on Earth and in space, until Gladiator finally decides to pretend that he was defeated and killed by Supreme's bare hug, because he knew that their battle would have destroyed worlds. This rare crossover has been uploaded on my Comics Fighters channel. I'll leave an annotation in the end of this video. Gladiator also possesses super speed, as he can fly 100 times faster than the speed of light, as detected by Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four number 249. The explosion would have annihilated half the solar system, unless it was contained. A piece of debris from that blast is heading for Earth, and its velocity is 100 times the speed of light. That piece of debris he's talking about is Gladiator himself. In Quasar number 54, Gladiator was fighting Hyperion within the span of nanoseconds, and the nanosecond is 1,000 millionth of a second. Kid Gladiator states that his father punches can crack moons, his eye beams can burn hotter than the sun, and he can tear apart black holes with his bare hands. Gladiator's confidence is not affected in the way many people think. He does not lose confidence if he is struggling during a fight. He only loses confidence through mind manipulation, which causes self-doubt, as the case here in his mental battle against Rachel Summers, an Omega-level telepath. Gladiator says, "Get out of my mind," and Rachel says, "My illusion is slipping. I can't hold it any longer." Superman, on the other hand, possesses the same powers of Gladiator. His vast physical strength needs volumes to cover, as we see here in this scan. Superman has been bench pressing the weight of Earth for days, and the narration shows that he can accomplish way more than this feat. In this scan, Superman is pushing against the equivalent of 200 quintillion tons, and there is still no upper limit for his physical strength. When enraged, Superman can easily cut a moon in half, as we see here in this scan, when he knew that Lex Luthor was going to be elected as the next president of the United States. In another insane feat of speed, Superman is fast enough to grab the Flash while running and not flying. In a scan from Superman for Tomorrow, Superman is in bed, hears someone in space calling for help, and in a matter of seconds, he travels to another solar system to save the one asking for help. He finds that it was the Green Lantern. Superman and Gladiator's powers are roughly the same. Talking about the powers of one of them is exactly like talking about the powers of the other. It goes without saying that they are both among the most powerful beings in their realities. However, Superman will always be the original, and Gladiator will always be the clone. So I don't think people will choose Gladiator as a winner in this matchup. Yet, it was still interesting to showcase some of his incredible feats, such as defeating Thor, Hyperion, and fighting the Mighty Supreme to a standstill. That was all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to all my channels. Find links in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.